Hi, my friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Pam Seaman. If this is your first time with me, I've actually had this channel for a few years, but I've mostly done music stuff and different things like that, not really mostly ministry or music stuff. But anyhow, today I've decided to do something different, and I'm going to do an Amazon haul. I know many of you just need to know what I find on Amazon, don't you? Forgive me, I'm not techie, so I have a lot to learn to even do something like this. And as you can see my light is shining off of my TV screen here. But, you know, eventually I'll learn the methods and the ways of doing this. But this is my first shot at it, and I just wanted to share some things with you because I recently became an affiliate for Amazon. And my reasoning is I have so many people that ask me, where did you get this? Where did you get that? Why are you taking this? And I swear I could sell about anything. But I just thought, I'm sending all these links out all the time. Why am I not benefiting myself, you know, by sharing them? So I contacted Amazon and they agreed to let me be an affiliate for them. So everything that I mentioned today is going to be linked below. In the comments below, you'll see them. And, you know, you can check on me. Don't feel pressured to purchase anything. I will make a little bit off of each item, you know, that's sold. But don't feel any pressure, because I don't like anybody to go into debt for anything or do anything like that. So that's not what this is about. I just wanted to share some of the things with you that I like, because I use Amazon for a lot of things. We travel a lot. And so I find travel items on there. We're very busy, and a lot of times I don't want to even go out to the store. So I tend to order things that I can find from Amazon, even, you know, down to dish soaps and detergents and stuff like that, which none of that's going to be on today's. That'll be down the road. But anyhow, I want to share with you, and if you're interested in any of this, then get down there and shop and have at it and see what works for you, okay? So that was my caveat, to let you know that I am making a little bit of money off of this. I recently retired my position as a worship director of our church. I've loved doing it. I've been a worship director for every church we've pastored 4 years. And I just want to do some new things this year. So we're stepping out and trying some new stuff. And this is one of those new things for me. So forgive me if I'm a little bit anxious or nervous. We're going to get past that and do our best, okay? So first up, let me talk about some health and wellness stuff. I want to mention to you that a couple years ago, took the weight loss shots. And I did fantastic on them. I lost 43 pounds taking those weight loss shots. And I know there's just a lot of buzz going on around about them. I know that, and I get that. I'm not taking those heavy hitters right now. Would I do it again in the future? Possibly, because I have gained some of my weight back. But I am trying to find other products, you know, that kind of help me and can curb my appetite. You know, once I got down to what I wanted. Through the holidays, I've ate like a mad woman. So I have gained some weight back, and I'm like, you got to get this under control at the beginning of this year. But when I was taking those weight loss shots, as I dropped that weight quickly, because what it does is it kills your appetite for anything. Your cravings just leave, which is fantastic. And but my hair started to fall out, and my eyelashes fell out on my right eye from here to the middle, and I couldn't. I used everything from even prescription treatments to try to get those things to grow back, and they'd grow a little bit, they'd fall back out. Well, what I discovered was I was not getting enough protein in my diet, and that was not a good thing. So I started drinking different protein shakes to up my protein. Unfortunately, before I discovered what I was doing, I had lost a lot, you know, of my hair, which is, I don't want to show you everything, but it's growing back. A lot of it is coming back in. So I'm really, really grateful for that. The eyelashes within a few days started growing back. But here's some of the products that I used to help do that. And the number one was a collagen peptide. You know that's backwards for you, isn't it? Okay, we're going to have to work on that. Collagen peptides. This is from the brand Live Conscious. It's grass-fed, pasture-raised collagen peptides, and I get it in the chocolate one. This is to support hair, skin, nail, and joints. This is good stuff. And I put a scoop of this each morning in a shake cup thing. You know, it has a little ball, metal ball that you shake. And I make myself this little smoothie thing in the morning of these different things that I'm going to show you. So this collagen one, I was using another collagen that within 3 days my eyelashes grew back. But this has the same exact products that was in that. But that one was a lot more expensive. So I'm not even purchasing that myself anymore. I didn't want to tell you about that one. But anyhow, look into this, because this is good stuff. If you struggle with hair loss, or your nails are like super brittle, or your eyelashes and eyebrows won't grow, this is good for you, and also good for your joints. So you want to try that. And then I came across this. This is from the company Noble, and it is grass-fed beef protein complex. Beef isolate collagen colostrum organs complex. If you're a carnivore, this is something that's really good that a lot of them will drink, that, you know, try to stay away from carbs pretty much consistently. But this stuff is really good. So I have a scoop of this. I have a scoop of the collagen. I put this in about this much water in that shaker thing with the little ball. That goes in, and then I also get this. It's called Re-Lyte. I think if you've ever gotten the Redmond salt, I think it's the same company that does these. I'm pretty sure that it does. But these are hydration salts. So I put a scoop of this also in my little shaker thing, because you know, when you wake up in the morning, you can be very dehydrated. And a lot of times we're sluggish, feeling like, you know, we just haven't had our coffee yet, which for me is true too. But a lot of times we don't have enough, we're not getting enough electrolytes, and we are a bit dehydrated. This is good stuff. I get the unscented one, and I put that in, but they also have travel packs too. So when I'm going overseas or I need that, I will get the travel packs and throw them in my purse, and they come with different flavors that you can get. But this one here, this is good stuff. So immediately after drinking that, I feel really, really good. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Since I'm not taking the weight loss shots anymore, I found this, or an influencer, I think, I followed this gal that was taking this, but it's called Supergut. It's a GLP-1 booster, okay? Supergut. And it is a prebiotic mix, but what it really does for you is it controls your cravings. So I put a scoop of this as well with these other 3 items into my shaker thing. I take that and take my other supplements and drink it all down, okay? That's what I do in the mornings. This stuff, it works. It works. Now, the only thing is that I've been taking this for quite a while, so it says to do like 1 scoop a day. Well, I'm upping mine to 2 and 3 a day now, like 1 in the morning, 1 at lunchtime, and 1 more in the evening, to try to keep cravings at bay, because sugar will get you. And my cravings are more like, I'm not going to reach for like the hard candy stuff, and things like that. That's not my thing. But I do love pasta, and I do love rice. All the things that are so heavy carbohydrated, I will lean towards, and chocolate. So anyhow, this is good stuff. Will make your stomach feel just full. You won't feel bloated or anything. But at least I didn't have any problems with this. All 4 of these items combined in the morning, I have been doing for months now, and I'm having great results from it in my joints, in my hair, in my eyelashes. So it's all good stuff. So I'm trying to just share things with you as the different ideas, the classes of things that I'm doing. Okay, so still along with health and wellness, let's talk about these things. Okay, these are daily essential enzymes from Source Naturals. Now this stuff, I take 2 of these before I eat any meal. And the reason that I do is that I don't have a gallbladder. And when you don't have a gallbladder, it is so much harder for your food to, especially meat, to break down and process correctly. And so taking these enzymes I'll take it ahead and try to take it about 20 to 30 minutes before I eat. And it's a digestive aid to help break down any proteins or anything in that food that would cause my stomach to struggle to process. Okay, so that's good stuff. Daily essential enzymes. I'll probably always take this unless God heals me and gives me a new gallbladder. I'd be all right with that too. Okay. Another thing that I take in the afternoon is a protein shake. And I don't do this every day, but if I know that I've going to be like at a big dinner in the evening, I will try to eat minimal, and I'll mostly do protein shakes. This is called Orgain. It is a protein shake. This is the chocolate fudge flavor. It's 160 calories and 1 gram of sugar. So there's not much in here, you know, with that. 30 grams of protein. It will make you feel full. In fact, this is actually a smaller one that I got at Costco. The link that I'm going to put to you on is actually a taller one that's got more. This one's 11 fluid ounces. I want to say it's 16, and it really fills me up. I can do that, and it can be a complete meal replacement. So it works really, really well. 3 grams of fat, 7 carbs in it, 1 gram of sugar. This is good stuff. Again, it's called Orgain, and you can check the link out to that. I take a bunch of supplements in the morning. I'm 59 years old, and I do everything I can to try to make myself feel a little bit better and younger, okay? And I have a friend who actually battled bladder cancer a few years ago, and she told me, she's come through it and she's doing fantastic, but to take oil of oregano, and you can take like the liquid form of it, you know, that's in that you can use the dropper, put it in about that much water, mix it around and drink it. Well, I've done that and it was okay, but I came across these that are actually in the gel form. I really like these. Oil of oregano with black seed oil. Black seed oil is good for a lot of different things. So there's other things it says it's good in that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. So anyhow, oil of oregano is really, really, really good, and it fights a lot of things. Like it keeps you, keeps you healthy, and you know, when cold season is coming around and all, you might be more apt to not get those things if you take oil of oregano. So it's really good. And again, I have got 1,000,001 supplements that I take, and maybe in a future video we'll talk about this. Okay. One more thing along the health line. This is something I take if you're somebody that struggles with being anxious sometimes, or if you have a job, or you have to go that you're a public speaker, or any kind of situation that's going to cause you to feel some anxiousness. I actually found these online on Amazon, and it's called Formula 303, and it is a maximum strength natural relaxant. This is natural relief for muscle spasms, tensions, and stress. It's homeopathic. There is nothing in here that will harm you. It is completely, completely natural. I do not take these all the time, but if I know that I am going to be in a very stressful environment or situation, I will pop a couple of these down. Don't judge me, okay? They are completely natural. But what I can tell you is when I've had muscle spasms before in my back and taken a couple of these, or in my neck, it works within hours. I mean, you can take several throughout the day, but usually one, you know, I usually take 2 and it settles it down. Same thing with tension and stress. If I take 2, you can take 2 at bedtime, or you can take, you know, if you're somebody that struggles to sleep at night, you can take 2 then, or before flying, before going on a big trip or something like that, or anything that's going to make you anxious. This is good stuff. So that's Formula 303. This is very good. Okay, let's switch over real quick to some gadgets, okay? Because you got to have gadgets. This little thing, I love this thing. There's 2 I found on Amazon. It's called the Kitchen Mama. And what this is a can opener, okay? And it is battery operated. You just set it on top of the can, push the button, and walk away. And it will connect. It connects snugly to the camera, spins in a complete circle, and then you can open your can and use it for whatever, and the lid to it just pops right off. This little bad boy is something nice that should be in every kitchen. You know, we've always had those can openers that hung from the, you know, counter or the cabinet, or they're always bulky and in the way. And if you're me, the older I get, the weaker my wrist gets. So the cranking one wasn't working for me either. This right here is what you need to have in your life. If you are somebody that has an Apple Watch, first of all, let me tell you about this. I will link this as well if I can find the thing to it. But I like to wear gold or silver jewelry. I mix it up. And I finally found an Apple Watch, I don't know, what do you call that, that has both gold and silver. So the gold's down the middle and the silver on the sides. And I think I want to say the gold's like brass or something like that. But I've not had any problems with it tarnishing or, you know, leaving any marks on my skin. It's really good. But if you have one and you travel a lot, I found the handiest little charger for these things. I want to say they're like $5. Don't quote me on it, but I'm sure they're between $5 and $7. But you just plug this thing in to a USB plug like this, plug it in the wall of wherever you're at, and then your Applewatch it's like magnetized, and you can just set it right on top of that, and that will charge your Applewatch. It is so easy peasy that I got one for me and I got one for my husband because he wears an Apple Watch as well. So you might need this in your life, okay? And then the last little gadget I want to mention is this, and I meant to bring something. Maybe I could do it on this. This little bad boy right here. Anywhere I go, if I want to film something and I don't have a setup of like a tripod or anything like that, if I can find something that this will stick to the back to, this has like a little suction thing. You charge this. It has a little charger thing that comes with it, you know, and a USB thing. I don't know if you can hear that. It makes suction to whatever hard thing that you put it on. Okay, shush. Okay, it's because it's not solid, it keeps doing it. But anyhow, then my phone, I can stick to the back of this end, and then I can film whatever I want. You know, we can take photos or whatever we need. It is a cool situation. Get one of these, they're not that expensive. I think they had to sell at Christmas time around 20 bucks, but I don't quote me on that either. Some of these things today, one thing I'm going to show you is the deal of today, and if you want it today, then you need to get on it. But anyhow, this is very good. I forget what the name of it's called. I guess I should have told you that, and I forget. But anyhow, you'll see that it's called a Fostex Vacuum Magnetic Phone Holder. Magnetic 360 adjustable. Yep, it's 360 adjustable, rotatable, magnetic mount, electric vacuum. It's hands-free phone holder for you can use it in your car, or like I said, in other places. I've stuck it to a bathroom mirror before and filmed from it. I've stuck it to a whiteboard in my office up at the church and filmed at the keyboard from that. So pretty cool little thing. You might need that in your life. Okay, now I'm going to switch over real quick to some skincare products. But before I get that, I do have one other little wild thing. This is called Miss Mouth's Messy Eater Stain Treater. I will always be purchasing this thing. And they really promote it for people who have kids, have small kids. It's fast and effective, and the sooner that you squirt this on your stain, like I had a cherry stain on something the other day, and it was like that, it was gone. This is liquid gold. You need to get you some of this. Miss Mouth's Messy Eater Stain Treater. Okay, you want to look for that. Now, let's talk about skincare a little bit. I actually use a bunch of products, a whole lot more than I'm showing you today, and you know, if you got requests for something, you know, drop it in the comments and I'll do my best to dig up what I have and we can talk about it, okay? So this is from a company called Medicube, and this is really, really good. They're deep Vita, I guess that means vitamins, vitamin C pads. Vitamin water, vitamin C derivative, niacinamide 2%. When I get up in the morning and I get my shower and I get out, one of the first things I do is grab this. And what it does, it has a little pair of tweezers that comes in with it, and then you pull out a pad out of here. There's a ton of them in there. They last forever. And there's a side that's smooth, and then there's a side that's got like these little bumpy things on it. I guess that's supposed to just kind of clean your skin up really good. I put that on my skin every morning before I get started with all of my other products, and it is, I love this stuff. I'll probably always purchase this as well, because when sun time comes, and I'm out in the sun because I like the sunshine, I do use some sunblock, but not always. I do have sunspots that will come out on me. This helps eliminate those and eliminate some and enlightens others, maybe some of the deeper ones. But it's really good. Medicube, you might want to try that. They have several products that I use that we'll talk about in the future that are very good. And they're very reasonable. You'll find that too. After I put some of my other serums and stuff on, one of the last things that I put on is this right here, and it's called Prequel. It is a multi-quench plumping hydration serum, clinically tested 48-hour hydration, 1% pure PGA, 3% PGA complex, 10% glycerin, and a couple other things that I can't pronounce. So anyhow, I put this on like the last thing before I put my moisturizer on in the morning. This is so hydrating. It's so hydrating that your face will feel like a baby's butt. You you will like this stuff. And another thing is that there are things that I like. There's one I use from Claritin that's very good. I use it at night, but it's expensive. This does the exact same kind of thing at a way fraction of the price. So anyhow, look that up. Prequel is what it's called, and it is a hyaluronic acid serum treatment. Okay, so that's a couple things that I do in the morning. At night, now you're going to find this a little bit crazy, and that's all right, but just listen, hear me out, okay? I have tried every kind of moisturizer there is under the sun, and I'm not moisturizer picky, really. My skin type is the type that can handle it. I don't get breakouts easy, so I slap on the moisturizer at night. After I do all of my skincare treatment, I never go to bed with makeup on. Ladies, don't do that. That is not good for your skin. Since my 20s, I've been washing my face every night. I do that. So I have a whole system of things that I do. Well, I came across this stuff that's called, it's whipped tallow cream, okay? It's 100% grass-fed finished tallow. I put this on my face. It's for your face and for your body. And I actually get the one that's vanilla latte scented. They have different scents of it. You can see that if you click on it, you know, after I post this. But this stuff, oh my gosh, I love it. I only use it at night, but if nothing else, the smell is so divine, you will love it. But no, I can actually say I feel completely hydrated when I go to bed because there's something about the tallow, you know, it being 100% grass-fed tallow, that there has a super moisturizer in it. And you can tell it. I wake up and it's still on there. You know how moisturizer will sink into your skin? I wake up in the morning and can still feel this stuff on my skin. Very good. We'll continue to repurchase. This right here is deal of the day today. I want to say it's like normally like $39.99 and it's on sale for like $25 or something today. So if you want to snag this stuff, it's good. And then the last thing I'm going to share. I know that so many people talk about castor oil. I am a believer in castor oil. When I tell you I use it all over the place. Just a quick story. My husband is not into doing as many of the supplemental things that I do. He calls it my snake oil and tofu. Anyhow, he has problems with his skin sometimes, and he's battled skin cancer through the years. And he had a spot break out on his forehead he was concerned about, and he wasn't going to the skin doctor for a few weeks for his annual checkup. And I just said, honey, let's just try this and see if this works for you. So I took some castor oil, and I put it on a Band-Aid and stuck it on his head. And he did that, I want to say 4 or 5 nights, and that spot completely went away. Whether it was cancer or not, I do not know. I mean, he has learned to know spots that show up on him and what they're about. But it went away. And we were tickled about it, really tickled. And then he ended up going to the skin doctor, and he didn't see anything there at all. So, hey, you know, whatever, it really works. This organic castor oil, I use the Heritage store because they're a little bit cheaper than some of the other brands, but I found that it's still very, very good. It's organic castor oil, nourishing treatment for wellness packs, 100% cold pressed, vegan and cruelty free, hexane free. So you want to get castor oil that's in a glass jar. You want it to be organic and you want it to be hexane free. Those are the few things that I know. Sometimes at night I will take some of this. I put a pump on mine, and I'll rub it on my scalp. It helps with hair growth. It helps with nail growth. Eyebrows, if you have trouble growing your eyebrows, castor oil will cause your eyebrows to grow. Well, they have for me, and they also help, you know, with my eyelash situation. After I do all of my products at night, I don't do this every night, but I will take castor oil and I will rub it on my 11s here on my forehead, and it will soften them. I promise you that will. It softens them. I take it down here and I take it across here. Like I said, I'm 59, and so I'm working to do everything that I can to keep my skin young and to keep it healthy. But this stuff is really good. Now, people do what they call castor oil packs with this, and they're on Amazon. You know, if you're interested in this, let me know, because I have some of them that you can buy castor oil packs. And then what you do is you take the castor oil, you spread it all over the pack, and people will put it like on their liver for like it's like considered a cleanse. Some people will go to bed at night and put a dropper full of it into their belly button and put a Band-Aid over top of that. Just let that settle in your system, and it can be somewhat of a laxative, but it's not harsh. It's not harsh at all. This has many great things about it that I might do a video on later, just because I completely believe in this stuff. So Heritage Store Organic Castor Oil, you want to look into that. Okay, I think that's all I have for you today. I'm sure that's long enough, 25 minutes here. But thank you for joining me. If you're interested in these things and they interest you at all, or you got some ideas of some things that you'd like to know about, please let me know, because chances are good I've either already have something or something similar, or we can dig something up. Okay, so we just want to be helpful with you. Thank you for supporting this channel. May God richly bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.